fellow gamers? It's your boy Zero Ink, and I'm back with another Kickshot angle discussion, and I'm gonna try to make this quick. I've recorded this like 10 times, and the reason why I've recorded this so much is because I want to hit what I want to hit. Now, what sparked this on was I was reading Konami, and I know, everyone goes, oh, well, I hate Konami because of the Kojima situation, and you're right, what they did to Kojima was fucked up. But I also believe there are a lot of good people that work at Konami, and I can't hold the entire company at fault for what happened with Kojima. I believe that was the higher-ups. I believe the higher-ups in Konami need to change at some point, but overall, the company itself has put out decades and decades of things that I love. One of those things is Yu-Gi-Oh! Yes, I know, nerd. Oh, he's a nerd. He plays Yu-Gi-Oh! Yes, I play Yu-Gi-Oh! Why do I play Yu-Gi-Oh? Because it is an intellectual game that takes a lot to play. It's not easy. It's easy to pick up. Anybody can play it, but not everybody can be good at it. And it's one of the few things in this world where not everyone is good at it. Not everyone can be good at it. You're either good or you're not. You either know what you're doing or you don't. And this brings me to my point of today's video, which is the dumbing down of games. Now, going back to Yu-Gi-Oh! Konami announced that they will be releasing 3 new Yu-Gi-Oh! Games. That is amazing. I am a fan of the online game. I am a fan of the card game. I am a fan of just the series itself because there's a lot of intricacies that make you a good duelist or make you a bad duelist. I don't like the fact that they've moved more to a point system so people don't get their feelings hurt with having a record of like 1 in 100. I can't stand the dumbing down of games, but we'll get further into that later. But they've announced 3 new Yu-Gi-Oh! Games. One is an online for PC and PS4, and it's funny, I remember in November, I tweeted Konami, I was like, look, if you guys brought the online game to the US on PlayStation, you would make a lot of money because people like that social interaction. They like playing each other. They like combating each other in tournaments and everything else like that, with streaming technology being what it is, being able to stream games. Could you imagine streaming tournaments? That would be amazing. Put a prize at the end of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's funny how things start getting serious when there's prizes added to it. In this digital age, why not? Based on game sales or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's stuff like that. It's one of those games that really takes a lot to play, but they dumbed it down. They put out structure decks, pre-made decks that were made for you to win, that give you the best possible chance to win. Now, that is absolutely appalling for a strategy game, to put out a structure deck. Gosh, man. And I've seen it all over gaming, in platformers and in everything, because you have people who don't want to put the work in. They don't want to put the time in. The reason why structured decks were released is because people were willing to pay for decks to already be made for them, rather than to put the time in and make decks themselves. And I think this is a huge problem within the gaming community, within gaming itself. You cannot do that. Gaming is a competitive, no matter how you look at it, it's a competitive space. It's like football. If you are on a football team and someone else is on a football team, no matter what you do, those 2 football teams are going to go at each other. Look at what's happened to defenses. They can't even touch the offenses anymore, so you're getting games that are 42-10, and because everyone likes to see scoring, right? I like to see a good defensive struggle, to be honest, because it's harder. It's harder. The road less traveled teaches you everything. The road that's traveled more often teaches you nothing. Easy games, cheats, exploits. Did you earn those? No, you didn't do anything to earn those. You were given it. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy, man. It's absolutely nuts, the dumbing down of gamers, because they would rather do reactionary type games than to put strategy in it. That's why chess was sped up. That's why they created games like checkers, which is more straightforward. That's why they put out pre-structure decks, pre-made decks for people in Yu-Gi-Oh! That's why they are allowing microtransactions to people who don't want to put the time in, but want all the prestige that comes with putting the time in. That's what that means. You're basically paying for prestige rather than earning the prestige that comes with playing the game. Which I don't have a problem with if you want to do that, but you will never be as good, no matter if you get the best equipment, as someone who earned the best equipment. Because they had to work to get that equipment. You see what I'm saying? So to me, personally, I think it's just a dumbing down of gaming. People would rather do reactionary type games. Perfect example, right? Everyone always asks me, why do you call Call of Duty casual? It's not really casual to people who put hours and hours and hours into it. Okay, here's why I call it casual. Everyone can disagree with me on this if they want. Have you ever had something fall off of a desk or fall off of a countertop and you just reach out and grab it like it was nothing? Have you ever noticed something out of the corner of your eye and then moved and reacted to it so it missed you just barely? Have you ever played baseball and put your glove right where a line drive was about to hit? I've done this, and it actually hit my forehead. The glove hit my forehead, line drive hit my forehead in the glove. I held on to it, but if that glove wasn't there, I would have been knocked out cold. These are reactionary things that you do to protect yourself. So when you play a game like Call of Duty, you are reacting to people running at you and shooting at you with guns. You are reacting to it like you would in real life. You are born with this trait. You are born with reactionary traits. You are born to do that. Now, when you take a game like Yu-Gi-Oh!, and I'm speaking strictly original decks, back when it was original, when you take a game like Yu-Gi-Oh!, you have to learn it to get good at it. You have to put the work in. You have to put the time in. It doesn't just come to you. That's the difference. Casual games are games that you can pick up and play, and you don't need much to learn the game. Platformers, puzzle games, card games, even some board games. You have to learn them. Otherwise, you are not going to be good at them. You see what I'm saying? And that's the difference. Casual games are things that you are born with. You are born to do those things. You are born to react to stuff. That's casual to me. No matter how much time you put into that, unless you're on the pro circuit, unless you're up there playing at the peak of competition, casual. You see what I'm saying? Like even Yu-Gi-Oh!, a lot of the games that they've created, it's very, very casual online. Because a lot of the competitive people are not online. They will once the digital age comes around, but until then, it's not very competitive in games like Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist Legacy. Even though I'm about to pick up that game too, because I love the way that it plays. And not only that, I'm going to get ready for that online Yu-Gi-Oh! Because if they have tournaments, if they have win-loss records, if they have all of that, I want to be tip-top by winter. They have a 3DS game and an iOS game coming out. The dumbing down of games is just screwing up the gaming experience. Games generally are supposed to be hard to do. They're supposed to be hard to play. They're supposed to force you to think. And they're supposed to give your brain something to do. But when you have so many games that don't do that, I can see why there's a mass push for those games. Because those games, everybody can play. Yu-Gi-Oh! Not everybody can play. I'd like to see people on IGN and shit play Yu-Gi-Oh! I'd like to see Jimquisition play Yu-Gi-Oh! I'd like to see these people play chess. And of course, that's why people are bored with FPSs these days. FPSs are reactionary. It's like throwing a ball back and forth. Eventually, you're gonna get bored of that because your body can do that. Anyway, guys, that's my take on it. This has been Zero. Keep gaming, gamers. And I will see all of you guys and gals next time.